In the quiet industrial town of Hartlepool, nestled in the cold embrace of northern England, Emily Thompson's world had become a delicate balance of survival and hope. At 23, she carried the weight of her family's broken dreams on her slender shoulders, her tired blue eyes reflecting years of unexpected responsibility. The small terraced house on Maple Street told a silent story of loss and struggle. Photographs of her parents, now gone, hung carefully on the wall, watched over by her younger brother Peter, who sat quietly doing homework at the worn kitchen table. Their mother had passed away from a sudden illness 2 years ago, and their father's heart had given out just months later, leaving the siblings alone in a world that seemed increasingly indifferent. Emily's days were a relentless marathon of survival. By day, she cleaned offices in the local business district, scrubbing floors and emptying trash bins, with a determination that masked her inner exhaustion. As the evening approached, she would rush to her second job at the town's only hotel, working the night reception desk. Her hands, once soft and young, now bore the calluses of hard work and constant struggle. Every penny mattered. The electricity bill, the heating, Peter's school supplies, and their modest food budget, everything depended on her. Some nights she would sit at the kitchen table, spreadsheets and bills spread before her, calculating and recalculating their slim margin of survival. Peter would watch her silently, understanding the pressure she carried. In a small drawer beside her bed, Emily kept her most treasured possession, a letter from her father. Written months before his death, the paper was now soft and slightly yellowed, the ink fading but the words still clear. "My darling Emily," it read, "education is the key that will unlock your future. Never let circumstances define your potential." Those words became her mantra, her silent promise to herself and to her brother. Despite working 2 jobs, she enrolled in evening accounting classes at the local community college. Her classmates were younger, some straight out of school, but Emily's determination set her apart. She would arrive straight from work, sometimes still wearing her cleaning uniform, her hair pulled back, notebook ready. Peter was her strength and her weakness. At 16, he was smart and observant, understanding more about their situation than a teenager should. He helped where he could, cooking simple meals, doing household chores, ensuring Emily could focus on her studies. Their relationship had transformed from typical sibling dynamics to a partnership of survival. The town itself seemed to mirror their struggle. Once a thriving industrial hub, Hartlepool had been hit hard by economic changes. Factories closed, jobs disappeared, and hope became a rare commodity. But Emily refused to be another statistic. She saw opportunity where others saw dead ends. Her nights were short and her mornings early. While others slept, she would review accounting principles, solve complex problems, and dream of a better future. Her colleagues at the cleaning company and hotels saw her as just another worker, unaware of the brilliant mind and fierce determination hidden behind her tired smile. Winter was the hardest. Heating was a luxury they carefully rationed. Peter would wear extra layers, and Emily would ensure he had a hot meal and enough blankets. Their small living room became a sanctuary of warmth and hope, filled with the soft glow of a single lamp and the sound of turning pages. Local gossip often reached her ears, whispers about the young woman working multiple jobs, rumors about their difficult circumstances. But Emily heard none of it. Her focus was singular: to provide, to protect, to progress. Her father's letter was her compass, guiding her through each challenging day. As dawn broke over Hartlepool, casting long shadows on the industrial landscape, Emily would prepare for another day. A quick cup of tea, a slice of toast, a kiss on Peter's forehead. Another day of cleaning, studying, working, hoping. Another day of turning her father's promise into her reality. She didn't know exactly how, but Emily was certain of one thing: their story was far from over. And she was determined to write a future filled with opportunity, education, and hope. The end. The rain beat against the windows of Hartlepool Community College, matching the rhythm of Emily's nervous heartbeat. Another long night of cleaning had preceded this morning, her hands still rough from scrubbing hotel floors, her mind racing with possibilities and doubts. The scholarship announcement had appeared like an unexpected ray of sunlight in her otherwise challenging world. A local program. Designed to support working adults seeking education, it seemed almost too good to be true. Emily had heard about it through her accounting evening class instructor, Mr. Roberts, who believed in her potential more than she believed in herself. Peter had been the one who ultimately convinced her to apply. "You've always told me to chase opportunities," he had said, his teenage eyes filled with a mixture of hope and admiration. "Now it's your turn, sis." The application process was intimidating. Emily spent 3 nights carefully crafting her personal statement, describing her journey of supporting her brother, working multiple jobs and pursuing her accounting dreams. Her hands trembled each time she reviewed the document, wondering if her story was compelling enough. On the day of submission, she wore her most professional outfit, a slightly worn but carefully pressed navy blue blazer and clean white shirt. Her hair was neatly pulled back, her worn shoes polished to a respectable shine. Every detail mattered. The college's selection committee was a group of 4 professionals, 2 women and 2 men, each looking professional and somewhat intimidating. They listened intently as Emily explained her circumstances, her voice steady, despite her inner nervousness. "Miss Thompson," said Margaret Wilson, the committee's chairwoman, "your commitment is remarkable. Working 2 jobs while supporting your younger brother and pursuing further education is not a simple task." Emily remembered little from that interview, except the kindness in their eyes. They weren't just looking at her qualifications, but her character, her resilience, her potential. Weeks passed. Emily continued her routine, cleaning, working, studying. Each day brought its own challenges, but she remained focused. Peter would often make her tea, sitting quietly nearby as she studied, offering silent support. The letter arrived on a cold Tuesday morning. Emily's hands shook as she opened the envelope, her heart racing. A full scholarship. Not just partial, but complete coverage for her accounting program. Tears came unexpectedly. Not dramatic sobs, but quiet, overwhelming tears of relief and hope. Peter hugged her, understanding immediately the magnitude of this moment. The scholarship meant more than just financial support. It represented validation, proof that hard work and determination could indeed create opportunities. Emily wasn't just surviving anymore. She was positioning herself to truly transform their lives. Mr. Roberts, her instructor, was equally thrilled. "You have something special, Emily," he told her during their next class. "Your dedication is exceptional." The community began to take notice. Neighbors who had previously seen her only as the hard-working cleaning lady now recognized her potential. Small conversations in local shops shifted from mere pleasantries to genuine interest in her journey. Emily's world was changing. The scholarship opened doors she had only dreamed about. Additional study resources, mentorship opportunities, and, most importantly, a clear pathway to a professional career in accounting. Her mother and father, she felt, would have been incredibly proud. Their belief in education, their constant encouragement even during difficult times, had somehow guided her to this moment. As winter slowly gave way to early spring, Emily's perspective transformed. The scholarship wasn't just a financial opportunity, it was a testament to her resilience, a proof that circumstances do not define destiny. Peter watched his sister with growing admiration. Her journey was becoming a silent inspiration, showing him that with determination, patience, and hard work, anything was possible. The rain outside continued, but inside their small Hartlepool home, hope burned brightly. Emily Thompson was no longer just surviving, she was preparing to thrive. Her unexpected opportunity had arrived not by chance, but through her unwavering commitment to create a better future. The end, the cold winter of Hartlepool seemed to mirror the challenges Emily faced in her first semester of advanced accounting studies. Balancing her scholarship work and family responsibilities was like walking a tightrope over a deep, uncertain abyss. Her typical day began before sunrise. By 5 a.m., she would be preparing simple breakfast for Peter, usually toast and porridge, carefully measured to ensure nutrition and economy. Her brother, now understanding the pressure she carried, had become more independent, helping with household chores and his own school preparation. College classes demanded everything she had. Accounting wasn't just about numbers, it was a complex language of financial understanding. While younger students breezed through lectures, Emily fought harder. Her work-weary brain sometimes struggled to keep up, but her determination never wavered. Mr. Roberts, her supportive instructor, noticed her extraordinary effort. "You're different from other students," he would tell her. "Your real-world experience gives you an edge that textbooks can't teach." Nighttimes were her true battle. After cleaning jobs and college, she would spread her textbooks on the kitchen table, Peter quietly doing his homework nearby. Some nights, exhaustion would overwhelm her. She'd fall asleep with a pen in her, hand accounting formulas swimming before her tired eyes. Their tiny house became a sanctuary of mutual support. Peter learned to cook simple meals, understanding that his sister's success was their family's ticket to a better future. He would carefully prepare sandwiches, wash dishes, and ensure their home remained a functional, supportive environment. Financial. Pressures never completely disappeared. The scholarship covered tuition, but other expenses remained challenging. Emily continued her cleaning and night reception jobs, trading sleep for opportunity. Her hands, once soft, now bore the marks of hard work, calluses from cleaning equipment and pen marks from endless studying. Winter brought additional challenges. Heating became a luxury they carefully rationed. They would huddle together, wearing extra layers, Peter sometimes reading aloud to keep their spirits high. Their bond transformed from typical sibling relationship to a partnership of survival and hope. Her classmates began to recognize her unique journey. While they discussed weekend parties and social events, Emily focused solely on learning. Her practical approach and real-world understanding gradually earned their respect. One particularly challenging week tested her limits. A complex accounting assignment coincided with extra shifts at work and Peter's important school project. Sleep became a rare luxury, but instead of breaking, Emily adapted. She would study during lunch breaks, review notes while cleaning offices, transform every spare moment into a learning opportunity. The local community started noticing her transformation. Neighbors who once saw her as just another struggling young worker now spoke of her with admiration. Her journey became a quiet inspiration, showing that education could be a powerful tool of transformation. Peter watched his sister's journey with growing respect. At 16, he understood the sacrifices she made. He became her strongest supporter, ensuring she had peaceful study time, preparing her tea and maintaining their home's delicate balance. Her accounting instructor recognized something special in Emily. "You're not just learning," Mr. Roberts told her. "You're proving that circumstances don't define potential." Christmas that year was simple but meaningful. Instead of expensive gifts, they shared their dreams. Peter spoke of wanting to study engineering, Emily of becoming a certified accountant. Their modest celebration was rich with hope and mutual support. As the semester progressed, Emily's grades began to reflect her extraordinary effort. Distinctions started appearing on her academic record, a testament to her relentless dedication. Each good grade felt like a small victory against the odds. The challenges never completely disappeared. Some days were harder than others. Exhaustion, financial pressure, and self-doubt would occasionally cloud her vision, but her father's letter, still carefully preserved, would remind her of the promise she had made. Her journey was more than just personal academic achievement. It was a statement, a declaration that with determination, support, and hard work, one could rewrite their life's narrative. As another cold Hartlepool night settled, Emily continued studying. Peter sleeping nearby, their small home filled with the quiet sound of turning pages and unspoken dreams. Their story was still being written, one challenging moment at a time. The end. The final semester of Emily's accounting program arrived like a crescendo of hope and challenge. Hartlepool's industrial landscape seemed to fade into the background as her potential began to shine brightly. Her academic performance had transformed dramatically. Where she once struggled, she now excelled. Professors who initially saw her as just another mature student now recognized her exceptional talent. Mr. Roberts had become her strongest advocate, watching her journey with increasing pride. A critical moment arrived unexpectedly during a challenging financial analysis presentation. While other students read from prepared notes, Emily spoke with the confidence of someone who had lived through financial struggles. Her real-world experience translated into a presentation that left her instructors stunned. "Your approach is remarkable," Professor Henderson told her after the presentation. "You're not just solving theoretical problems, you're understanding the human side of financial management." The local accounting firm of Thomson and Williams had been watching her progress. They were searching for a fresh perspective, someone who understood both numbers and human challenges. Emily's unique background made her stand out in ways traditional candidates could not. Peter had become her biggest supporter. Now 17, he understood the magnitude of her journey. He would help prepare her interview clothes, iron her shirts, and provide emotional support. Their relationship had evolved from simple sibling connection to a profound partnership of mutual support. The internship interview was nothing like Emily had imagined. Instead of a cold, formal process, the partners seemed genuinely interested in her story. They asked about her journey, working 2 jobs, supporting her brother, pursuing education against all odds. "We're not just looking for someone who can balance sheets," Mr. Thompson told her. "We're looking for someone who understands the real value of hard work and determination." Her portfolio spoke volumes, exceptional grades, recommendation letters that highlighted her extraordinary journey, and a passion that couldn't be taught in any classroom. Emily represented more than just a potential employee. She was a symbol of resilience. The day the internship offer arrived, the small Thompson house erupted in celebration. A modest dinner of Peter's homemade shepherd's pie became a feast of hope. Their neighbors, who had watched Emily's journey, congratulated her with genuine warmth. Breaking barriers wasn't just about professional achievement, it was about challenging the narrative of limitation. Emily had proven that background, financial constraints, and initial circumstances could not define one's potential. Her cleaning and hotel reception jobs gradually became part of her past. The accounting firm offered her a part-time position during her internship, providing financial stability she had never experienced before. Each paycheck felt like a victory against the struggles they had endured. The local community began to see her differently. She was no longer just the hard-working cleaning lady, but a role model of transformation. Young women in Hartlepool started seeing education as a powerful tool of change, inspired by her journey. Peter's own academic performance improved. Watching his sister's determination had become his greatest motivation. He spoke of wanting to pursue engineering, understanding that education could be a pathway to broader opportunities. Winter slowly gave way to spring, symbolizing Emily's personal transformation. The cold industrial landscape of Hartlepool seemed to soften, reflecting the warmth of her achievements. Her father's letter, still carefully preserved, seemed to smile from its frame. The promise of education, of believing in oneself, had been fulfilled in ways he might never have imagined. Professional success wasn't just about personal achievement for Emily. It was about creating a pathway for her brother, proving to their small community that limitations were often just perceptions waiting to be challenged. The accounting firm saw more than just a potential employee in Emily. They saw a story of resilience, a testament to human potential. Her unique perspective, born from years of struggle and determination, became her greatest professional asset. As another Hartlepool evening settled, Emily reviewed her work, Peter studying nearby. Their small house, once a symbol of struggle, now represented hope, transformation, and the extraordinary power of unwavering determination. Her journey of breaking barriers was just beginning. The end 5 years had passed since Emily's remarkable journey began. The small terraced house in Hartlepool now stood as a symbol of transformation, its walls holding memories of struggle and triumph. Emily Thompson had become more than just a successful accountant. She was now a senior financial analyst at Thomson and Williams, her reputation built on the unique perspective she brought to every challenge. Her understanding of financial struggles translated into innovative solutions that set her apart in the competitive world of accounting. Peter, now 22, was completing his engineering degree, a dream that seemed impossible just years ago. The siblings' bond had grown stronger, their shared history of overcoming challenges binding them closer than ever before. Their modest home had changed. No longer just a survival space, it now reflected their achievements. Framed certificates hung alongside family photographs. Her father's letter remained the centerpiece, a constant reminder of the promise that guided their journey. The local community of Hartlepool had transformed alongside Emily. She had started a mentorship program for young working adults seeking education, using her own experience to guide others. Local schools and community centers invited her to speak, sharing her story of resilience and hope. Success isn't about where you start, she would tell students. It's about your determination to move forward. Her work at the accounting firm had become legendary. She specialized in helping small businesses and struggling entrepreneurs, bringing a unique compassion to financial management. Her reports were more than just numbers. They told stories of potential and possibility. Every month, Emily would set aside a portion of her salary to support local educational initiatives. She understood that opportunity was the greatest gift one could provide. Her scholarship had changed her life, and now she was committed to creating similar opportunities for others. Peter's engineering career was taking shape. Inspired by his sister's journey, he focused on sustainable design, hoping to create solutions for communities facing economic challenges. Their dinner conversations were filled with dreams, plans, and mutual support. The winter that once represented their darkest times now felt different. Their home was warm, filled with hope and possibility. The small sacrifices of the past had transformed into a future of potential. Emily's colleagues respected her not just for her professional skills, but for her extraordinary journey. She had become a living example of how determination could overcome any obstacle. Her presentations were more than just financial reports. They were stories of human potential. Her mentorship program had already helped dozens of young adults pursue education. Students from similar backgrounds found hope in her story. She wasn't just teaching accounting, she was showing them how to believe in themselves. The accounting firm recognized her unique value. She was offered a senior position with responsibilities that went beyond traditional financial analysis. Her ability to understand human stories behind financial challenges made her extraordinary. Peter's graduation became a celebration of their entire journey. Their extended family, neighbors, and colleagues gathered to witness a moment that represented years of struggle and hope. Emily watched her brother receive his engineering degree, remembering the days when their future seemed uncertain. Her mother and father, she felt, would have been incredibly proud. The promise of education, of believing in oneself, had been fulfilled in ways they might never have imagined. Financial stability was no longer a distant dream. Emily had created a scholarship fund in her parents' memory, supporting students facing similar challenges. Each scholarship represented a chance, a possibility of transformation. The small industrial town of Hartlepool had witnessed a remarkable journey. Emily Thompson had become more than a success story. She was a beacon of hope, proving that circumstances do not define destiny. As another evening settled over their home, Emily and Peter sat together. Accounting reports and engineering designs spread across the table, their conversation a blend of professional ambition and familial love. Their story was far from over. It was, in many ways, just beginning. The end.